I don't really understand everyone's pointless obsession with wanting to be rich. Like when there's no reason behind it. Like when there's no rhyme or reason. Like when someone's reason for being rich is because they want a mansion and a Lamborghini, I'm kind of like, I don't really know if you're gonna get there. That type of mindset. I don't know. Like that just seems like such a pointless materialistic thing to shoot for, you know, monetarily. Like I feel like my obsession with success and, you know, being rich in life is just because I want the chance to afford myself the freedom of life. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, money is like freedom. You know, you could buy time. If you have enough money, you could buy as much time as you want until you die. Obviously, everybody's gonna die one day, but you could buy your time back, you know? If I have $10,000, I could buy myself a couple months of not work, you know, to work on a project or work on something that's more passion filled. I don't really care to be rich. I care to be free. I have like an obsession with free. Like I want freedom. I'm not really chasing money to be rich or to buy flashy things. I just want enough to like buy back my time, to like live life on my own terms, you know, like do the things that I love and pursue the things that I want to pursue, you know, be there for the people I care about and be there for the family that I eventually want to have. For me, like real wealth is freedom, peace, and love. You know what I'm saying? It's not like an excess. Like I don't really care for opening a door and seeing $100 million in cash stacked up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm bending over backwards to make it happen. I don't want money for like status or luxury. I want it to like create space, you know, like space to breathe and to create and to love and to be like present in the real world. I want to wake up excited and not like rushed to find some outcome, to chase like a passion and not like a paycheck. And I feel like a lot of people lose that plot. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to be like a billionaire and just have a fuck ton of money, drive the nicest cars and wear the nicest designer clothing and have the biggest house and all these things. But if you don't have freedom in doing what you love and enjoy to make that happen, to me, there's no reason behind it. You know, like I have no interest in making $1 million if I'm miserable doing it. I have no interest in making $1 billion if I'm miserable doing it. I'd rather make just enough to own my time and do something that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I would trade, dead fucking serious, I would trade pre-tax my $6,000 a month job for $1,500 a month on YouTube. And I would trade that easily. In a heartbeat, I would trade that. 25% of the money, but I'm genuinely doing something that I love and I enjoy and something that I think I could build into a future forever. You know, like something that has an upside and isn't so dead end and is filled with creativity. And like when I do this type of shit, I'm oozing creativity. I'm like oozing myself, you know, like my personality. And to me, that's priceless. You know what I'm saying? If there was a way to get this shit to where I can feed myself and put a roof over my head, I would trade almost anything in the world for it, because I know once I have it full time, I can build it up to where I own my time and I'm working on the shit that I want to. You know what I'm saying? When people show off the really expensive things and, you know, material status, I always kind of question the reasoning behind it. You know what I'm saying? If 100 guys are lined up with Lamborghinis, how many of them love the engineering behind the Lamborghini? Or how many of them are just like, fuck you, I'm rich? You know what I'm saying? How many of those people can truly say that they never missed a single one of their daughter's soccer games or their son's baseball games or a parent-teacher conference? You know what I'm saying? Like those type of things are so much more important than me to a dollar sign. I don't want to be owned by a possession or like an image that I've created. You know, like one of my biggest fears is being owned. Like my time being owned, my soul being owned, my personality being owned. I would never want to put myself in a position where I have to be a certain way to live a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can't be myself, then none of that shit means anything to me. If I have to bend my morals to make some type of monetary gain, that's not freeing to me. That feels more entrapped than anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spend my life climbing a ladder that I don't believe in. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. And it's not like a lazy, I don't want to be successful. I want to make millions of dollars, but it's for freedom. It's to achieve some type of freedom where I can own my time back. If I can grind out my 20s to own my 30s, I will fucking do it. I swear to God. I swear to God. I feel like there's something to pursuing your passions that makes, it might be one of the only things in the world besides like family that makes a dollar sign not fucking matter. Like at all. At all. To me, I would much rather do something I love for so much less than to be slaving to make ends meet to be a rich guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be rich in that. I'd rather be rich in life. I'd rather be rich in my soul. It's like a flexibility thing too. Like I want to have, obviously this is like first world problem. Like of course everybody wants this, but I want to have the flexibility to say no to things that are like draining me and things I don't want to do, and yes to what lights me up inside. You know, like I want to be able to be like, yes, let's go do that. And I'm willing to put so much time into making that a reality. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather work 16 hours a day for something I love than 5 hours a day for something I hate, 4 hours a day for something I hate. I really would. It's never been a laziness thing. It's just I want to do something I enjoy. I want to do something I love. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build a simple, meaningful life like that's full of love. love and not a bunch of external noise. Like days filled with purpose and not pressure to meet deadlines. Relationships over transactions. Moments in time over materials, you know? I'd rather go on a trip than buy the thing, you know? Buy the bag, buy the sneaker, buy the shirt. Work that matters and doesn't just pay me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like society almost makes you feel like you're like entitled for having this type of mindset. I feel like everybody that's average and everybody that isn't achieving their dreams and won't ever see the freedom that I'm speaking about, I feel like they would be like, just shut the fuck up and work. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people's passions and the things that they really enjoy get killed by society telling them like, no, you're fucking tripping. Like, why do you want to own your time? Why do you want to work for yourself? Why do you want to pursue something that you love? Just go get that paycheck, enslave yourself in the 9 to 5, and everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna take care of you just enough to where you need us and not enough to where you feel like you're swimming instead of drowning, you know? And I just can't get down with that. Honestly, I can't get down with that. Like, I want to use money as a tool and not something that my life depends on, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be rich in time than rich in things. I don't know what the culture is of like you feeling guilty about that. I don't know why the world makes us feel bad for wanting to take risks on ourselves, even like making a jump on myself. I feel like when I talk about making some type of financial runway, like a $30,000 runway, $50,000 runway or whatever, and then just quitting everything, just quitting all the bullshit and just pursuing the shit that I love until that dollar sign runs out and hoping that I created a future for myself. For some reason, almost everybody goes, oh, like they don't like that idea. And I'm like, what? You guys won't take a chance to try to get your time back? You guys would rather live the same enslaved life for 50 years than to take like a 1 to 2 year window to try to make something that can last forever that you truly enjoy. To me, I cannot fathom that. That makes no sense to me. This channel and all the little other ventures that I, you know, indulge in and try to see through are basically my ways of trying to escape. You know, I'm also trying to build that runway. I'm trying to build that nest egg to where I could tell the world like, yo, fuck off for a second. I'm gonna take my chance on this. I'm gonna try. If I fail, I'll be back to you guys. I'll go back to the system for a while until I have a big enough nest egg to where I could try again. You know what I'm saying? But for now, I'm gonna build this dollar amount up so I could take a big ass jump and pursue something that I love, because I would much rather make half of what I'm making if I love what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have the freedom. I don't know if anyone else can agree with that. Like, put yourself in your own shoes, really. If there was a preposition where you could make $40,000 a year doing something you love, or $300,000 a year with something that you hate, but you had to do it for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? I'm taking that $40,000. I'm gonna give it every single time. I wrote this little piece, and it's the only reason I'm recording this video. I wrote this little piece that I would like to share with you, and I was like, I want this to be like some type of outro or incorporated in this video topic. So I want to read it for you guys. For a long time, the world tried to convince me that the goal was to be rich. Not rich in peace, not rich in time, not rich in love or purpose, but rich in money, in status, in shiny things. But the truth is, I don't want to be rich in that way. I don't need a mansion on a hill or a garage full of luxury cars. I don't need designer clothes to feel valuable. I don't need to chase a life that looks good on the outside but feels empty on the inside. Because for me, it's never been about being rich and stuff. It's about being rich in freedom. I want money, yes, but not so I can flaunt it, not so I could drown in excess or impress people who don't know me. I want money so I can buy back my time, so I can wake up every day and say, what do I want to do today? Not what do I have to do to pay my bills. I want to create, to explore, to connect. I want to write, to travel, to love without rushing. I want to be present, fully present with the people that I care about. Not half there because my mind is buried in stress and deadlines and obligations that I don't give a fuck about. And that was off script. I want to slow down and breathe deeply, to build something meaningful, to chase passions, not just paychecks, to say yes to soul-nourishing opportunities and no to things that drain me. That's why I care about money, not to elevate myself above others, but to elevate how I live. Because I believe real wealth is being able to walk outside in the middle of a weekday, feel the sun on my face, and know that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. It's having time for morning coffee that isn't rushed. It's being there for loved ones, not just in emergencies, but in the small moments too. The laughs, the stories, quiet companionship. I don't want to live a life where I'm constantly grinding for something I hate, constantly proving shit to people that I don't care about, constantly chasing something that I don't truly want. I want a life where I'm growing, giving, and grounded, where I can choose meaning over money, people over pressure, stillness over speed. So no, I'm not chasing the kind of rich that's sold on the screens and the billboards. I'm chasing a life of freedom, love, and purpose. And if I can build that, that's more than enough for me. And yeah, that's what this video is about. I hope this inspires you guys to not get so caught up in wanting to be this rich billionaire that flaunts materialistic things, you know? Just, I want to inspire all of you guys to go down a path that leads you to having freedom and autonomy over your own life, because that's what I'm chasing. And I feel like there's a lot of purpose and a lot of passion and a lot of love in that category. If you guys can relate to this video, make sure you drop a like. And let me know if you guys can relate to this in the comments down below and how you kind of feel about this type of topic, because it's always been an interesting one to me. But yeah, I will see you guys when I see you guys.